Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Linda from lindaspapercraft.co.uk and you are joining me on the 1st of January 2026. Happy New Year. And it's the Stamp Around UK video hop, and this month's theme was embossing, and we've done embossing folders and we've done embossing powders, but this sorely neglected item in my craft stash is embossing paste. So I thought, let's dig this out and have a play. So I don't really have any current stencils from Stampin' Up at the moment. I have loads of Stampin' Up stencils, but they're all retired. So I thought I'll make my own. So, and also give you a sneak peek of something that's coming out on the 4th of January. I think that's when the new Stampin' Up mini catalogue goes live. So I am using the Sunshine and Tulips stamps and dies for this card. So these are the stamps and these are the dies. January 26 mini, January, April, that means, because just new way I'm trying to keep track of what's in and what's out. So right, so this is the these are the dies. I love this new packaging because you can see everything really quickly what there is. I do miss not having the pictures on the side, so I'm going to have to rethink my storage, which is a work in progress at the moment, but I love that they take up so little space. So I did actually buy, you can buy packs of these packaging envelopes, yeah, and I converted some of my Christmas photopolymer stamp sets rather into these containers, so that it doesn't take up quite so much space. So it's really useful for that. Right, okay, so we're going to use this die and this die, and we're going to use one of the sentiment stamps, but I'm just going to show you the technique I used for doing the embossing. So we'll pop those to one side. So, and as I said, these are the dies I used, and what I've actually done is just cut out a strip of tulips. Okay, just one strip. And this is quite a thick card. It isn't actually Stampin' Up. It's just something I found in my stash. It's quite thick. You can only use it once. I've tried to use it twice. It doesn't work. I've been doing lots of playing this morning. And I've just cut out one strip. The other tip, as you can see from here, is don't use washi tape because it tears our card. See, sneak peek of what we're going to do. So I am going to use the Craft Perfect die tape because the washi tape just ripped my card and I didn't get any further with that one. Right. So, okay, so I have a couple of pieces of Pool Party, and this just measures 14.4 by 10, and I'm using this as my base. And then I have my silicone mat, my embossing paste, and you might have noticed this is white and my flowers were pink, a bubble bath re-inker. Okay, so I'm going to start by setting up my card base, well, not card base, card mat. So I am going to position this. So I've cut this, I lined it up with the stitching on the die so that I can pop that right next to the edge of my card, because that's where I lined up. I lined it up with the dots, which was quite hard because you couldn't. What I'm saying is I had to line it up, but I had a bit extra card there. So, and I'm just going to put that in position where I want it. Okay, so we've got that there. Right. So the next thing I'm going to do is the top and bottom. And as I say, the nice thing about the Craft Perfect is it's not very tacky. It's tacky enough to hold things, but it doesn't rip your card when you're taking it off. which is always so frustrating. I mean, you know, I wouldn't want to use it as a washi tape on a card because I doubt it'd stay on. So, you know, everything has its purpose. And then I'm just going to put this all the way down the side just to hold that down. There we go. So there we are. So we've got everything in place. Pop those out of the way. So I've got a palette knife. You can also use Stampin' Up! Do a set of tools, which probably would be better than my palette knife because it's offset. This, because it's all flat, it's not as easy to do. I think I've been managing with this. I think I might have to invest in a set of the tools. Now I've had this for years and it's still wet. I know there's other manufacturers that do like Cosmic, I shouldn't name names. I'm not going to name names, but some of them dry out really quickly. But this I've had a long time and it is still nice and wet. So the other thing I would recommend is clean up as soon as possible. As soon as you've finished, you see I've still got embossing paste on my fingers here, and it does like gel nails. It really likes gel nails. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop 2 or 3 drops of the re-inker onto a silicone mat. Always one hangs off the end. Okay, so that's bubble bath. And then I'm going to put a reasonable lump. You don't need loads. This is probably far too much. But I'd rather have too much than too little and end up having to skimp. Okay, and we're just going to mix that in with the colour to get our... Let's pick it up. Now, I was watching another demonstrator who had used... an acrylic block to mix this, and I thought, oh, what a good idea. It really isn't. I mean, whether the embossing paste she was using doesn't dry as quick, but it took me ages to get it off the block. So this is why I've gone back to my silicone mat, which is specifically designed for things like this. Now, I'm not happy with that. I don't think that's dark enough, so I'm going to add some more. I always err on the side of caution. You can't take it out, but you can put some more in. So I'm just going to add, I just panicked there, I wasn't recording. So I'm adding a little bit more and we're just going to blend that in. There we go, that's coming a bit darker. Just pick it all up and squish it again. Just got a few little white blobs that I need to get out. Nearly there. It's nice and smooth. Go and do the cleaning while you're watching me doing this. Right, I think we're done. Are we done? Yeah, that's nice and smooth. Okay, still the odd little white bit, but not many. I'm going to shove them over there. Right, okay. Ooh, don't know what that's from. Cat, by the looks of it. More than likely. Too short to be one of mine. Right, okay, so there we go. So I'm going to start by carefully adding this to my flowers. Okay, so you're just going to rub it on and then wipe it off. Okay. Rub it on, down your card, making sure you're not getting any on the rest of your card base. Okay, so a nice thin layer. Now this does take a while to dry, so I have actually done a Blue Peter and got one that I made earlier. Okay, so I'm just going to even that off. It's worth spending a bit of time getting it flat, getting the lines and the bubbles. That's an eyelash. Not doing well with hairs today, am I? Excuse me. The Christmas cold that everybody in our house has had. Okay, so just smoothing. As I say, the Stampin' Up! Tool does have a slight offset, so it's probably, I suspect, a bit easier than using just my cake decoratings palette knife, which is what I'm using here. Okay, so I think we're probably about there. Okay, so obviously you can't put this back in here because you don't want pink in there. So I am just going to wipe this off and take the worst off using my cloth. I do not want it stuck on my icing palette knife. Right, okay, and I'll just wash that off in a minute. Right, so I'm now just going to lift this up and very carefully peel off. Now, obviously this can't go in your paper recycling because this ain't paper. I don't know what it is. There we go, there's a question for you. And then I'm just going to gently lift off my stencil. Now, as I say, this stencil is going to have to go in the bin. You can only use them once because it's paper. Did try it with acrylic, but it just bounced about everywhere and it was really hard. So I moved to paper. And there we go. How cute are they? So we have got 4 little tulip flowers going down the side of our card in beautiful bubble bath. so what I did then is I put it to one side to dry, and then I finished off my card. So as I said, this is just a 14.4 by 10 centimeters. If you were making it in America, you just do it slightly smaller than your card base. So there we go. So I have the completed card here. So what I did then was I used the, and this still isn't dry actually, I used the stamp, so the leaf stamp, and this is in Lost Lagoon, and so is this, and this is the die out of the tulip set, and I've just literally stuck it onto the front of a basic white card base, a thick basic white card base. So I'm really pleased with that. I think it looks quite effective and it's using up something that I don't often use. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and do hop along and have a look at everyone else's videos. There'll be loads of ideas and inspiration. It's a good time of year, new year, new habits and all that, so go and see what they've done, and I will see you all next month. Thank you very much. Bye.